Lights, camera, action! Welcome to Movie Makers, a podcast from Reckless Amoeba Productions. I am Brandon Horvath, and with me are my co-hosts, Brandon Pfalinger and Ryan Stokely. How's it going, guys?
Like you, don't make me use more than 1% of my power.
Oh, dear God, Ultra Instinct Shaggy.
I love the meme so much, it's so good.
Oh,
So ridiculous.
God. And Ryan, who really hasn't watched Dragon Ball in 15-ish years, probably has no idea what the meme is about.
I kind of do, but I don't at the same time. I don't know where it came from.
Oh, God. And now it's branching off into Naruto, My Hero Academia. Soon, Shaggy will take over all of anime.
Yeah, he'll get his own anime first. We need this. We need a Shaggy anime. There's even an intro that exists for it.
Wasn't there some angry video game nerd footage people edited together into an anime?
You know what? There probably is, and I vaguely remember watching it at some point.
Or like some other game reviewer.
No, it was because he has his own game too.
I think he has two of them.
Yeah. You're right. But yeah, that is his like anime thing I saw.
So
how long before they make a Power Rangers ripoff of that?
Or Sentai.
I mean, I feel like Power Rangers is more applicable, especially if they start like overdubbing the voice.
Maybe.
So good. It's so good. We need more Shaggy.
Zoinks!
Death God of Destruction, Scoob.
And I was mentioning this to you in the gaming last night, but did you see that they're making a Hanna-Barbera universe, Ryan?
No.
Due out in 2020, I believe it was May 2020, Scoob, the first entry in the Hanna-Barbera animated universe.
I'm honestly shocked. I mean, they kind of did that already, didn't they? When they had like those buffers where all of the cartoon characters were like living in a city.
Wasn't that just bumpers for early Cartoon Network?
But yeah, but weren't they all Hanna-Barbera? Or most of them anyway?
At that point, I would say maybe. That was so long ago.
Yeah, majority of them, yeah.
So they kind of have like something to go off of to begin with.
Wait, so they're doing origin stories?
I'm not 100% sure at this point.
When do we get the Bravo movie?
Oh, yeah.
Especially in today's climate.
Ooh, that's... yeah.
Now, granted, he always gets his comeuppance.
Who, Johnny Bravo?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, he always gets his comeuppance, but with, like, today's social climate, I don't know how well that movie would do.
Or even the series itself.
Yeah, I don't know how it would play out nowadays.
I don't know. I think a movie would nostalgia people wouldn't care.
It would nostalgia people, but I think it would trigger, like, you know, the political spectrum at this point.
Yeah, literally everything's something.
You probably go 20 years into the future and the SNL more cowbell, that's going to be offensive to somebody in some way.
There's going to be a cow race.
How dare you play our bells as instruments?
I have a
Wait
triangle.
for the cow and chicken movie.
Oh, God. With the devil guy.
The red guy's the best. He butt walks everywhere.
Yeah, imagine him, though. Like, if they made a live action.
Oh, my God. I can only imagine that it would turn out like the Super Mario Brothers movie, just completely out of nowhere and off center from where it should be.
The only person I think of that could play him would be like Andy Dick.
I don't know, man. I'm
just like that's
sick. Who's that guy? Who talks? Christopher Walken. I could see Christopher Walken doing it.
I don't know, man.
But not talking about movies that don't exist. Let's talk about movies that don't exist.
But I want to talk about more movies that don't exist.
Okay, we will. Our 10 words are...
Oh, God, I saw...
Oh no, these are bad.
A couple words, so I'm like, oh, okay.
I don't like these.
Like, what kind of movies are we making here?
Nutritious, therapeutic, thread, gaping, fold,
that one,
haircut, claim, baby, elbow, icicle.
The gaping folds. Shit. What shit kind of movie is that? Oh, that would have to be some kind of snuff film. I can't think of anything else going for that. Oh Christ! All right, hold on. I gotta roll the d4. Let's see. Oh wow. Okay. All right. This is interesting.
4.
Do we think we can manage a 1?
Haircut. There's a movie called Hairspray. Maybe Haircut could be the sequel.
Yes, I like it. Wasn't Hairspray like a musical?
Yeah, I only know I don't know dick about it though.
Neither do I. I don't know.
I just know that the chick has like a huge wig on, something. Yeah.
How about a horror called Therapeutic, and it's like this, not intervention. What's the word where people recover from addiction?
Intervention?
No. It's like this hospital-esque place where people recover.
Oh God, why can I not think
Hospice?
of that? No, that's where people go to die.
I'm sorry, I'm pulling things out of my ass right now. I don't know.
Rehab.
Rehab, thank you. Some rehab place where...
I mean, that would be therapeutic because, you just get to go away.
Yeah, but some rehab place, but it's like some very weird rehab, and their methods are less than sanitary. And there is just...
They scratch their balls before they serve you food.
I mean, I was thinking the same thing, but like I was gonna go with Icicle for that, and it was gonna be one of two things. All right, it was going to be something ridiculous, like either similar to the what's the movie called?
Jack Frost.
No,
Titanic.
No, it's a Stephen King movie, the one about like the living truck tire or whatever.
Wait.
Stephen King did not do one about a living truck tire.
Yeah, that's Rubber.
Oh, was that not him?
No.
Okay, then it'll be like Rubber, but it's an icicle instead.
How would an icicle travel?
Yeah.
Well,
wait, what?
It's a living icicle.
I could see the rubber. I could see the tire rolling along, but the icicle is constantly attached.
Well, think about Leprechaun. Think about the movie Leprechaun. Like, it's the same idea of just something ridiculous that shouldn't happen, but it's still trying to be threatening.
At least the Leprechaun can move around at its own.
I know, but that makes it even more ridiculous.
So will the icicle be
But it's played straight.
constantly floating?
Oh, no. All you ever see is it, like, looking around a corner or flying through the air to stab someone with its, like, lower end.
Oh, my God. What?
Screw it, that sounds great.
What else was your therapeutic thing about?
I was gonna say my other idea was like whoever the killer is, he's always using an icicle so that he can't be traced. He's like a winter killer. He comes around every year in winter somewhere new, and he's always killing people with icicles. So there's no leftover weapon.
I was thinking of Elbow, and it would be like a kung fu movie or something.
I
Or
thought you were going to say we make a horror movie out of like a severed arm where the elbow is the killer.
it's just on a skateboard.
I know there was a horror movie about a severed hand.
Idle hand.
Yes, yes.
It's just Thing. It's just Thing from the Addams Family.
And wasn't Seth Green in it? And then he
Yeah.
parodied it on Robot Chicken?
Hmm.
Something.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
Dumb horror is the best.
Dude, we gotta watch Street Trash.
It's a killer icicle. I love it. It's just
Telling you.
Honestly, I think Andrew and Rachel may have shown me that movie because the title sounds vaguely familiar. But I'm up for watching it possibly again. But let's get back to Icicle, I guess.
It's all about
There
a killer
could be
icicle.
different ways. Like maybe it would melt, and then
Maybe that's how it moves. It can melt and refreeze itself into an icicle again.
So, except it comes out of walls as like a, well, not out of the ceiling or floor, but out of the wall. And as somebody's like escaping or something, the icicle will just suddenly form out and they'll run into the icicle.
I like your idea. Here's what I want to do. We make it come out of a glory hole.
Oh, oh no, oh no.
Look, all right.
Oh.
This is a shitty B movie horror thing. We need to get some
I
sensual
have
icicle
another
sucking going
terrible
on.
one. Like a guy drinks the melted icicle, and then when he goes to piss it out, dude, it turns into an icicle.
Or even better, it just pokes out of him alien style.
Yeah, it's like a
Yeah.
chest burster. It just explodes out of him. Maybe his whole the whole plan of it is it's wanting like eventually like the icicle slowly turning red from all the blood and getting bigger.
Okay, I was just
And
about
he's-
to ask, can it absorb water to get bigger?
Yes. Do we want a final boss fight at the end to be like
A giant
a
glacier.
giant icicle monster?
Yeah.
Yes.
Or you know what? We can turn this even worse. Let's just say it's out in like Kansas or something where there shouldn't be any ice at all, right? A tornado comes by and now we have Icicle Nado with all of the icicles getting sucked up in there and turning into like a fucking paper shredder. Icicle Nado. Right. Ice Nado. There we go. Got it. Title's done for the sequel.
Ice NATO. Wait, did they have that in Sharknado?
I don't know. I never watched Sharknado. I don't
I
care.
know in like 3 or 4 they were having like all sorts of other effects, like a lightning NATO, a fire NATO.
I don't know.
Hmm.
But I can bet you this much. They didn't have multiple living icicles inside of it.
They had multiple living sharks.
Exactly. Icicles are completely different.
Icicles are different than sharks. Brandon Falinger, 2019.
No, you wanna know what? You wanna do a really, really cool idea where we reference Sharknado?
Okay.
There's a frozen shark in it.
Ooh.
There's a shark frozen inside of an icicle in one of them.
Ooh. Okay.
There's your reference to Sharknado. But we're jumping to the sequel. We're not jumping to the killer icicle that starts the whole thing. Maybe it's like a Chucky thing where his soul got transferred, like a serial killer's soul got transferred into an icicle. I don't know.
Or maybe the water is evil.
The water is
Us.
just evil. The water, like the leprechaun, it's just evil because. Oh god, it's so good. It's just evil because. I love it.
So would this be winter in Kansas?
I don't. Maybe it's a freak snowstorm. Maybe it's a cursed snowstorm, and that's what does it.
In May.
Like they pissed off some witch of the woods, or I don't know, the desert. I guess it's Kansas. Sorry, actually, what I shouldn't have said Kansas. I was thinking more toward like Tornado Valley, actually. So I don't know, Utah.
Well,
Oh,
there is the tornado in Wizard of Oz, and that's Kansas.
yeah, that's true. That's true. But Wizard of Oz is meant to be fantasy, and this is
Also,
clearly based in
Twister is in
reality.
Kansas. The movie
Yeah,
Twister is.
fair enough. We can keep it in Kansas. It doesn't matter.
Let me double check.
But my
Yeah.
point would be, right, like, it's a freak winter anomaly that never happens. And
Yeah.
it's like maybe caused by some witch of the woods that got pissed off at some, teenagers
Witch
or
of the
something.
woods.
Yes, the witch
It's
of the woods.
The blood of the witch.
The blood of the witch. Yeah, so you got pissed off, summoned a cursed snowstorm, and out of that snowstorm was born an evil icicle that's trying to kill them all. This is like B horror bullshit. It doesn't have to make any goddamn sense. You're just here for the ride.
It was filmed in Iowa.
But wait, is the icicle contains the soul of her dead son?
I think that might be going a bit too far.
Okay, we'll
Also-
just make it evil just because.
Yeah.
It's a cursed snowstorm. Maybe something happens, that like triggers the evil icicle. I don't fucking know. Maybe it turns into it and it just hunts down the kids that started this shit until they're older.
Or they go back to the witch part of the way through, talking about the evil icicle, and she's like, I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. That wasn't me.
Then the icicle just comes from behind and stabs her through the neck and kills her.
Yes.
I never made a cursed icicle.
Oh God, there it is! Run away!
Like she mutters some like incomprehensible word in another language or made up language. It's a legend she had heard of at some point as she's dying.
Oh shit, I'm crying.
You know it gets better. Maybe when the icicle kills her, it absorbs her magical power. It makes it more evil.
Oh shit, that can't be good.
That's how it gets the ability to start absorbing more water. It kills her.
Ooh. Ooh.
Or even better, you know what? Maybe it gets the ability to possess people that hold the icicle.
But wouldn't their body heat melt it slowly?
See, that's part of the problem, right? It can only possess them for so long.
Oh.
And then it has to, like, gurgle away and reform somewhere. Or, if once it kills the witch, maybe it can stay ice and, like, gets that ability. Maybe it gets the ability to, like, stay ice regardless of it being warm or not.
Will there be a final character? Like final girl, final guy, or?
Well, I mean, clearly that's going to be the case. Like I said, I think if we're going to set up for that, like, Ice NATO sequel, one of them is going to have to escape and move out, like, toward Tornado Alley or something.
But we're trying not to intentionally set up so many sequels.
I mean, we're only setting up the one.
I mean, for the past few episodes, we're talking about a sequel.
Oh my god, I don't...
Ryan, any thoughts on what you would add?
What's the movie picture gonna be? The movie poster gonna be?
I don't know, just like different kind of kills. I'm just thinking of like Sub-Zero shit.
Oh, okay, the icicle will be dripping in the movie poster, but the drips are turning into blood with a puddle of blood on the bottom.
Oh yeah, dude, that's
Yes.
good.
We need a scene where the icicle's just like laying there and it's got like maybe it's like after it killed someone, but like a pair of Terminator shades just land on it and it looks badass.
Can it make multiple icicles?
I believe that was the idea for like setting up for the end. Like it can absorb more ice and it can create
Okay.
copies.
So I was
The
gonna
same way
say,
rubber was doing that.
I was just thinking of different kills and stuff. Like a person would be walking, and the ice would form a thing, so it'd stab through their foot, and like it would just keep making ice shards every time that person.
You know what? Yes, I like that idea. All right, so the ice forms up and stabs them through the foot, so they can't move. They get hit by something else.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Or like it trips the person, and they just fall into the other like another icicle.
Yes, I love it. It's great. maybe at some point, like, the icicles gather together and, like, oh, you know what? What about this? Well, like, the icicle at some point, like, somebody's made a snowman, it pops off the carrot nose and puts itself, the icicle, as the nose and starts possessing the snowman.
Oh my god, dude.
And so the snowman starts murdering people until they destroy it.
Except the little girl that built it. It's like, Snowy, what are you doing? The snowman just turns his head menacingly,
Snowy.
smiles, pats the girl on the head with his thick arm, and just walks away.
I don't know, man. I feel like that kid needs to die. Like, unless she's not part of it, right?
No, she will be the one that initially built the snowman.
No. I mean, unless she's not part of, like, the vendetta this icicle has against the people that pissed off the witch.
No, like, he's like, thank you for giving me a body, young child. Like this 6-year-old girl.
Again, is she part of the group?
No,
that pissed
definitely
off the
not.
witch? Okay, then yeah, that's fine. Because, like, the whole goal of the icicle is to kill the kids that, like, pissed off the witch.
It'd be like almost like Pumpkinhead, where he comes back to kill the people that murdered him.
Yes.
But wait, why will he kill the witch if he's mad at the kids for pissing off the witch?
Wait, no, I was just saying it's kind of like how Pumpkinhead is.
Oh.
I think the idea for that, obviously we don't need an absolute answer for this because the fucking icicle can't talk.
Of course.
Unless it's possessing someone, in which case maybe it can. I don't know. Maybe it just possesses the body.
And, no, when it possesses the body,
That'd just
the
be too
people can
crazy.
only gurgle.
They can only gurgle like there's water in their lungs.
And their eyes look like they have glaucoma. Just like glazed over. They're like white.
No, you know what? Here. How about this? How about what if what ends up happening when it possesses someone? We had the idea of it melting and that being a time limit on it, right? What if instead it's not so much the melting of the ice, it's that the person holding it is slowly starting to freeze.
Ooh.
Okay.
Some sort of super ice.
Yes.
Like, liquid nitrogen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like it slowly starts freezing the person from like the hand up.
Oh.
So eventually they just turn into a full-on frozen body.
Oh.
And just get shattered.
Yes. You could get so many good special effects with that.
or bad special effects in a good way.
I was thinking more like not CG. I was thinking more like practical.
Okay.
It's the ice.
But
cube
yeah,
trick.
either way, it could be bad
His
special
body
effects.
getting broken.
Like there's that moment where it's just sitting there, like trying to get into a door, stuck frozen, and then when someone's like running away from the icicle or something, right? They like open the door and that frozen body just falls on it, like, oh my god, oh Jerry, what are you doing?
Shatter.
And then just, like the legs have shattered, but like the upper part of the body's still on them.
Jerry, get off of me! Jerry, get off of me!
It's coming,
No.
Jerry! Jerry, it's gonna come up!
No means no, Jerry!
No, here's an even better one, alright? We wanna hit the comedy on this. The icicle makes a pole super cold, and somebody's dumb enough to lick the pole, and they're just stuck there the entire movie. Because the icicle can just kill them whenever it wants now.
It's like the last kill.
Like, all the guys are running away, he's just like, guys! Oh! Hey, get me off this thing! Ah!
And eventually they rip their own tongue off.
Yes, eventually they rip their tongue off to get away from the icicle, only for at that point that the icicle to have like
Oh.
multiple other icicles in its
Oh
army.
my god. I have like what if this is like towards like the end of the movie that happens, but during that like Icicle took over somebody's body. So like the police force, I'm imagining this is like turned into like an epidemic. And police
Like
force
zombies.
are saying it's like a zombie attack. So that dude comes out like with no tongue and he's just like, oh, and then the police shoot him.
There's a B plot of somebody pranking the cops saying that there's a zombie outbreak.
Yes.
And the guy gets away with no tongue, trying to tell the cops that there's a crazy icicle murdering people, and they
With blood
mistake him for a
coming out of
zombie
his
and just
mouth.
shoot him.
Yeah.
Wait, how old is he now? No, wait. Since this will be a crappy B movie,
I picture this made in like the 80s.
This is like a shit sci-fi movie.
Yeah.
okay, but if it's set now, and we're going to have a reference to A Christmas Story where the kid licks the pole, where Scott Schwartz, the guy who played the little kid, is like, hey, Scott Schwartz, like, I dare you to lick that metal pole. It's like, why is everybody asking me to do this each winter?
And then he gets shot?
No, he's the one that rips his own tongue off.
Yeah, and then he gets shot.
Yeah.
Oh my god, we have so many like little tiny references and parts. It's so beautiful right now. It's so great. Like clearly everybody just like starts getting killed off by the icicle. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And all these amazing like stupid these stupid kills.
And then like the end of the movie is like them boiling the water. Or boiling the icicle or trying to like melt it.
And
I was
then
gonna
it
say-
becomes steam.
I was gonna say somebody finds a like a can of deodorant in one of the guy's backpacks, and she's like a smoker or something, and she just turns it into a flamethrower to like try and melt and kill the icicle.
And it turns into steam. On the trash, man.
Oh my fucking god.
Just imagine Danny DeVito saying steam. Gotta do some. We're gonna call it steam.
I can't not think of Danny DeVito and think of like Phil from Hercules.
I just think of Frank Reynolds.
So yeah, I think we will set up. I think for this one at least, we should set up for a sequel because it's a fucking sci-fi movie. We're gonna make like 6 dozen of these.
Yeah, dude. So it turns into steam, but then like the sequel, it rains and it just follows that water, the icicle water.
Well, no, I think the best way to make it happen, right, is that yes, the icicle melts, it turns into steam or whatever, but what should happen is another freak winter happens where the icicle gets formed, and that's when we start getting ice-nado triggering, where like a tornado comes through, the icicle gets absorbed into it,
Yes.
and it starts multiplying, and it starts controlling the tornado and going for the girl that got away. Who's like out in Tornado Alley now, like moved away from Kansas to get away from the memories.
Oh yeah, dude.
Icicle 2. NATO.
We have like an it moment in there, like references from that shit, because now the girl's older.
Just birthday balloons, but there's like the movie Frozen.
No. No, there's balloons, but one of two things happens. Either A, icicles explode out of it, or B, it just freezes.
Yeah, that would work.
Like, it's getting so cold because the ice nado's coming, and it's like, what's going on? And the balloon's just freezing.
Kimberly, you keep talking about a killer icicle. That thing's not real. Just let it go.
Oh, for Christ's sake, why?
Oh, hi, Mark.
Fucking God.
So, Icicle, how's your sex life?
I don't know. I came out of a glory hole. I was having a pretty good time. We needed that sensual scene of the girl sucking the icicle. Only for it to then shoot out and go through her throat.
Or, dude, another thing similar would be like similar to the glory hole. Just the dude like knocking on the wall and like putting his ear up because he thinks he hears somebody like on the other end, and then the icicle just goes right through his head.
I mean, there's a perfect one for when somebody knocks and they look through, like, you know, the little eye hole and see who's on the outside and just
Yes.
done. Right through the eye and the brain.
Oh my god.
Wasn't there something like that in one of the Saw movies? It's like somebody looks through a keyhole
Uh,
and that triggers the trap and that shoots
Yeah,
through the eye.
mhm.
that sounds familiar. Yeah.
And it's like if they would have used the door like a normal person, they wouldn't have died or something.
It sounds familiar. That might have happened. I haven't watched enough of the Saw movies to know for sure.
I've only seen like one of them.
Yeah, I think I watched up to 3 or 4.
I think I did the same, but it's been a while.
Yeah. Do you think Saw 3 came out in like 2007?
Yeah, it's nuts how old that is now.
That's wild.
Yeah, Fast and Furious franchise is going to be ending in about 2-3 years, maybe.
And that'll be what, 20 years or a
Yeah,
little
20
over 20?
years. First
What?
one came
Yeah.
out in because I've heard they're making a spin-off movie with The Rock and
Yeah, Hobbs and
Doyle.
Doyle. Yeah,
Yeah, and then Fast and
Jason
Furious
Statham.
9 is coming out in 2020, and then 10 is coming out in 2021.
I thought
that-
10 already came out.
No,
Or that with
and
all
10
the...
are still to come out.
Oh, okay.
All right,
Well-
so I have an idea. So I know we were only going to set up for one, but I thought of a third movie that would fit in here.
Hey, Leprechaun had Is the icicle in space?
No, not yet. We'll get there.
That's like the 4th movie, I think, or 5th.
And then
We'll get
icicle in the year 3019?
Icicle gets absorbed into a comet. But no. So, all right. So skipping over whatever happens in Ice NATO, right?
Yes.
The events end up triggering like people to start like idolizing the thing. So we get a cult of the ice in the third movie, and their leader is called Mr. Frost, with all of the ice puns.
Chill out.
It has to be Arnold. He has to be the leader of the ice cult.
Either that or Arnold Schwarzenegger just in as a reference to Mr. Freeze, and he's like, no, I am not doing this. I said enough bad ice puns in my life.
No. Better idea. Not that, but like we get the cameo where like the ice cult is starting to take over, and Arnold's just there like watching this shit go down as Mr. Frost is just saying all sorts of stupid puns, and he's just like, who would ever say something that stupid?
Yes. Yes.
Oh my fucking god.
Was going to say Victor Frost. It's actually Victor Freeze.
Yeah, it's Freeze. That's why I'm saying Mr. Frost and not Mr. Freeze.
Yeah, but I was just going, okay, Mr. Frost, his first name is Victor, and I'm like, crap, that's too close to Mr. Freeze.
Hector Frost. There you go.
Yeah.
There's the name full on referenced. Done. Oh my god. We got a trilogy right now. It's not spelled out, but we have the ideas in place. Cult of the Frost or Cult of the Freeze. The whole goal is just to summon the Ice NATO again and remake the world in its icy image. Because, you know, maybe, all right, look, I know that we weren't going to work on the sequel itself, but here's just the way that it probably concludes the sequel, you know, Ice NATO. Is just that, you know, the final girl sacrifices herself and that sates the bloodlust of the Ice NATO.
For now.
Well, yeah, that's what the Ice Cult is for. They're trying to make it exist again.
Will it be like, oh, what the hell is her name from Dawn of Sorrow? Oh, but it's something like, granted the game is now like 15-ish years old, so spoilers for old Game Boy Advance games, but the Sorrow Castlevania, which I believe is Aria of Sorrow and Dawn of Sorrow, is this young teenage boy who is actually the reincarnation of Dracula, because in 1999 Dracula was finally killed, but this young boy is now Dracula, And in the sequel, he like suppresses all the urges of Dracula, except this woman is trying to rebirth Dracula's power through another host, and all the shenanigans that go down there. So, will it be something like that? It's like them, the cult with like giant buckets of water, praying and evil chanting around these buckets of water in a freezer.
Maybe it's that ludicrous. I don't know. Maybe they're like staked down in Antarctica to be closer to the frost.
Oh crap. What was that? From Evil Dead?
What? The book?
That Niktow.
Oh, dude. Nikto. I forget.
Yeah, but will there be that? Like, will there be people chanting that around the bucket of water?
Klaatu Barada Nikto.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, I was gonna suggest that as a joke because I didn't think that was actually what was said in the movie. But yes,
He forgets the last word.
Like, necktie.
Yeah.
but yes, there will be ridiculous rituals to try and bring back the thing, including sacrifices of like I don't know blood icicles.
Damn it, Jenkins! This is type O positive. We need O negative.
Yes, there will be stupid arguments like that.
What's the rarest blood? Is it AB?
I thought it was O, one of the O's. I could be wrong, but I thought it was one of the O's.
AB negative at 0.6%.
Oh, there you go.
So we need somebody with OB negative.
Turns out that was like the blood type that the witch had in the first movie or something stupid. Like they somehow deduced that like AB negative blood types have hidden magical power within them. Obviously, like in Mr. Frost's like back closet or something, he's got the classic like red lines drawn on a freaking pinboard pictures and shit of like the witch and the other kids that were killed. Like newspaper clippings of it. Just thinking like, how do I bring you back? He's got like a giant portrait of the icicle. Just like, how do I bring you back? He's like lovingly stroking the painting. I need you to reform the world for us.
To my biggest fan.
My biggest fan.
Oh god.
Okay, so we have a movie about a killer.
It's the portrait. I'm sorry, hold on.
Sorry.
The portrait there is just the icicle when like the Terminator glasses landed on it in the first movie.
So we have a movie about a killer icicle that gets summoned by a freak snowstorm after a group of kids piss off a witch. Against the witch's knowledge, the snowstorm creates an evil icicle. Somehow, the icicle goes on a murder rampage to kill the kids that wrong the witch, killing the witch along the way. And via crazy deaths, like icicle through the foot, icicle through the back of the mouth.
Some ridiculous Final Destination level of kills.
Like, Anakin frees people. It ends with a makeshift flamethrower sequence to melt the ice.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should be doing a recap of all our ideas at the end.
Yes, that's smart.
Granted, this is only like the 7th or 8th episode, maybe?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we should be doing that.
Hammer out the details. It's fine.
Now on. So, I would love to see this movie because I love crappy movies. So
sets up for beautiful sequels like Ice NATO and The Cult of Ice.
Icicle 3, the cult of the ice. Yes. Yes.
We had the fucking spiritual experience watching the Ice NATO destroy everything in front of them. Turns it into a cult.
And in the fourth one, we go to space.
And the fourth one, we go to space, and the fucking icicle's been absorbed by a comet. And now it's coming in to destroy the planet.
1,000 years in the future.
Yes.
That's how the ice cult is defeated. They launch the icicle into space. And it sets up for the sequel by it being absorbed by a comet that's passing by.
That only comes by once every 1,000 years.
Something like that, yeah. Now the icicles can control of the fucking comet. And it's claimed to destroy the planet. We just keep getting worse and worse. Up those stakes higher and higher.
Oh shit, dude.
You know what? Fuck it. I got a fifth one for you. They managed to like launch
in the hood.
No. They launched the rocket to destroy the comet or something. And the debris rains down in the ocean, and now the ocean is possessed by the fucking icicle.
Oh my fucking god.
It takes a while for it to spread throughout the entirety of it, but eventually it'll happen.
Jesus.
How the hell did they stop it now?
I don't fucking know. Look, that's for future us to figure out when we hit that point. Yeah, they have to isolate the minute molecules in there that are cursed from the icicle itself, and go in and eliminate them, fucking like, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids style.
Call Ant-Man. He can shrink down to microscopic particle size.
He can punch the cursed items.
Dude. Oh man.
Oh shit.
I like where this is going.
And there has to be a guy within all 5 movies that just comments like, "Boy, it's getting cold. Like, I'm cold. Are you cold? You're always cold, Robert." Like, oh.
How is he just going around and being everywhere? No. This is how it works. The kid gets older because this is over like multiple years, right?
But
like in the first one, it's just like a kid walking down the street when that first freak snowstorm hits. And it's like, it's getting cold, isn't it? Right? And then
what
for,
about
like,
the comments
second,
like 1,000 years in the future?
it's his descendant.
Oh yeah, also named like Robert.
Hello?
Like Robert the 10th. Like he's just had the same name the entire way through. They just keep naming their sons Robert. Then he's like, he moved out with the girl or whatever, and he's like, Jesus, it's really getting cold. The tornado's like bearing down behind a building toward him. And he's like on his way to work with a suitcase and everything. Third movie, we have the fucking the comet at that point. Or the cult, and one of the cultists is him. It's like one of the old cultists that's like, yes, he's been talking the truth. It is getting cold in here. We're in Antarctica. What do you expect? I don't know.
No, either that or no. The cult has an open house, and he's there. It's like, "Sir, do you like the cold?" "Well, I've always felt cold." "Perfect. Be perfect for us."
And he's just
Sausage. Woo,
sausage.
sausage.
Later
Thank you.
on, as the comet's getting close, it's like, damn, I thought we fixed this like environmental like cooling thing. We really wanted it hot, you know? Why do I feel cold as the comet's coming down?
And then Aerosmith is like playing that one like Aerosmith comet song.
And then obviously, I guess in the 5th version, I don't know what happens then. Maybe we get a close up of like the gravestone of one of them, and it's just got the inscription of "Why am I always cold?" or the cold embrace of death is here.
I don't want to miss a thing. I I just typed in Aerosmith Comet Song, and that's what came up.
Okay.
Oh my god! Bjork, the Icelandic singer, had a song literally called the Comet Song.
I think we need to end this before we go too far into this rabbit hole. We'll keep pulling sequels out of our ass somewhere.
Uh, this will be an interesting adventure to watch.
Killer Icicle, it's brilliant. I love it. It's so stupid.
See, we can make titles out of one word. It is possible.
We got lucky. I wasn't sure where we were going to go with this if it wasn't one word.
Well, much better than my evil rehab.
I don't know, man. What about Baby Claim? We could get that one going.
I'm good with that one.
Elbow thread.
The Nutritious Fold.
But now we're coming up with 2-word titles.
Yeah. We look, we got to end this before we start coming up with shit that's not here yet.
Claiming therapeutic babies.
No, we need to end it though. Seriously, otherwise we're gonna come up with names that we can use later on, and people will say, "Oh my god, they just stole that from this episode."
Yeah. Okay, so until we talk again.
The curtains are rising. The lights are coming on. We need to get out of here.
Yep.
Get out.
Please throw out your garbage into the actual receptacles, please. The garbage cans. We don't want to have to clean up after you.
Okay, so.
Or the killer icicle will hunt you down.
Yes. Later.
Bye.
See you.